Okay, so this is actually my last video for today. I am done for the day. This is it. I hope I've actually helped you about Thai teaching jobs or teaching jobs in Thailand. If you haven't watched that, please go back and watch another video that I did about teaching jobs in Thailand, the visa process, something like that. Then I also did another video about being a student in Thailand or scholarships in Thailand. If you haven't watched that, please go back and watch the video. Don't forget to watch all the adverts on my videos. Please just support your girl by watching all the adverts. Don't skip them. Thank you. Anyway, now I want to talk about social life in Thailand. Guys, let me tell you the truth. Being black in Thailand is not easy. This is why I can tell you. Number one, if you came here or if you're planning to come here single, especially as for females, let me just direct this to females first, then I'll also divert to male. Anyway, as a lady, it's not easy for you to come here single and expect to be in a relationship with a Thai guy. Let me tell you the reason why. I did a survey, and then when I was asking many Thai ladies why Thai men don't date Africans, they say that normally it's about their position in the society. They will be seen as if they have failed, something like that. They're like, okay, why would you date something? Because for us, they think that our skin is dainty. From what I've observed, they think our skin is dainty, and some of them, mind you, they have never ever seen a black person. So when they see a black person, they think, oh my god, what happened to the skin? What happened to their skin? And to make matters worse, when you're walking around, right, they'll be like calling each other, hey, pika. It's like, oi. That's how they call each other, like, oh, look at this black person, look at that black person. I can actually understand some of the way it Thai words, but I know, and for me, this is what I told myself. I said, okay, if I want to stay here in Thailand, get some money for my whatever business that I want to start, maybe when I go back home, I have to just ignore all this negativity that is around me. That's what I did. And it actually helped me, because if I really wanted to put that in my head, that was going to affect me and I was going to come back home with nothing. So that's basically it. For ladies, especially if you're not married, you can stay here for 10 years with no husband. If you are married as a lady and you feel like, okay, now we want to relocate, the best advice that I can give you, my sister, bring your family here. When you're coming to Thailand, don't leave your family like, oh no, what? If your husband has a certificate or a degree, bring them here. If you have kids, I know there are some families here from Cameroon, they have their kids here, and they are also studying at these Thai schools, right? So in Thailand, they have different programs. They have what they call mini English program. This one is only done in English, so there is no issue for your kids not to get like good education here in Thailand. They can as well get good education. Now, moving on to like going out, what, especially if you're not staying in Bangkok, whereby maybe you can try and mingle with some blacks. Because when you see a black person here in Thailand, you know what I used to do? When I saw a black person this other time, I screamed. I said, ah! This is what I did. I screamed. So, oh goodness, oh my goodness, I'm seeing a black person. That's my brother. I said, that's my brother. I was so excited when I saw a black person at the mall. But you know what happened? This black person wasn't even as much excited as I was. I don't even know why. Maybe those are the kind of the people who've been here for like 10 years. So they don't really care about that. But for me, I was like, oh my God, this is my brother from another mother. I'm so happy. That's what I did. So when I went to him, I was like, hi, how are you? Where are you from? I wasn't even waiting for him to respond to me. Like, oh, I'm from Zimbabwe. That's what I did. I'm from Zimbabwe. I was just so excited. I was over the moon. Do you know what he did? He just said, oh, hi. I'm like, what? Are you not that excited that you saw someone black as well? Because it's not easy to find like black people here. And then he just like, hi, how are you? I'm like, oh, I'm fine. What are you doing here? I'm actually a student. At that time, I was still a student. I'm actually a student. I'm studying at Thomas University. Are you a student as well? That's how I was doing when I saw him. And then he was like, no, I'm a teacher. I'm like, yeah, what the hell? Dude, I'm just trying to be happy because I saw you here. It's not like I want to be in a relationship with you, but it's because I just saw someone with my chocolate skin. Hey, it's rare to see this chocolate. Hey, yo, I want that chocolate. Oh. And then this guy was like, oh yeah, I'm a teacher. You know, he was just like feeling himself. And then like, oh, okay. How long have you been teaching here? So he said, because I was just so excited, I ignored his negative energy. Then I was like, oh, so how long have you been teaching here? They're like, oh, I've been teaching in Thailand for like 10 years. So he was like, I want to show off. I want to show off. Yo, they're like, oh, so, okay, where are you staying? Are you staying here in Ramkamayang or in Patumtan? Where are you staying? Then he said, yeah, I stay in Bangkok. Okay, do you have your family here? Do you have like sisters? So maybe you can hang out, I don't know, or something. Then you're like, nah, I'm staying with my fiance. My fiance is Thai. And I said, oh no, that's fine. Are you on Facebook? So this was all me doing that, you know. I was just excited. Then I was like, oh, are you on Facebook? Then he said, no, I'm not on Facebook. So what do you have on social media? Do you have like Instagram? What do you have? Because I'm just happy that I saw someone blink out. I'm just happy. They're like, no, I just do Line and yeah, what's up? You know how it is when you're staying with your fiance. Then I was like, you know what? It's okay. Since I see you here, maybe one day we're gonna meet again, so that's fine. I'm just gonna go around and you know, do some shopping. But anyway, nice to meet you. I hope I'll meet you again. Then that was it. Then when I got my job here, so these people, the first thing that they do is when they see another black person, they think that you are sisters or your brothers with someone who's already here. First thing I came here, everyone was asking me, do you know Eric? I'm like, who is Eric? Who is Eric? They say, oh, do you know Eric? Eric is a teacher here. He's teaching science. Do you know him? And mind you, Eric is from Cameroon and I'm from Zimbabwe. I don't even know if there is Eric at school or another person. Do you know Eric? Oh, Eric is a nice guy. Eric is actually teaching here. I'm going to... They called him. They say, hello, Eric. Your sister is here. I'm like... I don't know Eric. I don't know any Eric here. They said, oh no, your sister is here. She's waiting for you. She's looking for you. And I'm like, okay, I don't know Eric. Who is Eric? And by the way, mind you, Eric is from Cameroon. This was my first time to meet someone from Cameroon. Okay, fast forward. I saw Eric. Oh, Eric was just so cool. What? Hi. The first thing Eric did was like, oh, hi, how are you? My name is Eric, and yeah, I'm actually teaching here. And my family was actually here like last month, and then they relocated. They went back to Cameroon. And oh, nice to meet you. But now I didn't have that excitement I used to have when I was staying in Bangkok, because I think I was just scared that, okay, I'm just going to start teaching here and I don't know how it is. For me, at first I was like, this is a very small city. I really wanted a big city, maybe where I can go out with my friends, go to the cinema, maybe go to the street walk, go to the clubs, or hang out with my friends. That's what I was looking for. But later did I know that actually this city was actually changing me to be someone I wasn't even expecting. Then as time goes on, I started hating to go out, just like me in my house. I don't really want to just mingle. Yeah, this is because I have been staying here for a long time. Now, weekends, especially if you're staying here in remote areas, there is no life for you. The only life you have to do is to go to the mall. And the more, mind you, the more you now know where the food stop is, where the crack is, where everything is. So it's like if you're going to the mall, you know, okay, fine, maybe tonight I'm going to have dinner in Pizza Kambani, or maybe tonight I'll just choose to go and have dinner in KFC, or maybe I need sushi or shabushi, and for me, I don't like that food. And they have this other shop that sells English food. Then I'm like, okay, maybe if I spend two hours just going in each row, just reading the names of the food, then go back. By the way, they have Savannah is from South Africa. They have it here. I was like, oh my god, South Africa. That's what happened. Then this was it. Now my first year here, I'm like, okay, so what's gonna happen? How am I going to survive here? I'm just too lonely. It's boring. Mind you, I'm not the only black here. We're like 7 blacks in this city. There is a couple, but these ones are like pastors or what. So you know how it is. We just respect each other. We don't really, sorry, excuse me, we don't really visit each other often, like, oh hi, how are you, every day, like that. We don't do that. You know how it is when you visit someone's house every day, it becomes annoying, right? It's like you're pestering them. They also need their own time to have their own good time. So I kind of stopped. There was a time I was really, every time when I'm waking up on Saturday, I'll go to the house. Then I kind of started noticing that, you know what, I have to give people space as well, as much as I'm single. But we're just talking about staying here. I haven't even started talking about relationships and food as well. So, and then these guys, they could say, oh, you know what, don't you have TV? Then I said, oh my god, so this is like an indirect way of telling me that, you know what, this is too much. You have to stay in your house. Please, we want space. Don't come here every time. So it was an indirect and nice way of telling me that you can actually watch movies at your house if you are bored. Then I said, okay. But I wasn't used, to stay like that. And as time goes, I didn't have a laptop at that time. Then as time goes on, I worked very hard. And then I said, okay, I want to buy a laptop. I bought a laptop. Then I put Netflix. And I started subscribing to Netflix. And then I started watching what? My movies in my house. Then I started changing. Personally, I started to change. I stopped going to their houses. Then when I stopped going to their houses, they started saying, oh, Sharon, where have you been? Oh, are you okay? Are you around? But I'm now thinking, you know what? I need to give people their space. Now, for Cameroonians now, they have what they call meetings every month, like every Saturday or every first Saturday of the month. They have their meetings that they do. Normally, they do that in another district next to us. But today, they're going to do it here in my district. I was so excited when I was invited to join that. I saw many blacks. I was very excited. I don't want to lie. I was over the moon. I was like, oh my God, where have been all these people? I was just excited. Okay, fine, because you're a new person, right? So everyone, especially men, they just want to have a piece of you, like, oh, hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? So you know how it is for me. I'm like, oh, hi, how are you? What? I just want to mix and mingle and see how it is. But then as time goes on, I got used to all these people, and then I started knowing them more, like, in detail, like, oh, this person is like this one is like this. But I never had any relationship with anyone from Cameroon. There is a time I really wanted to try and have a relationship, but it didn't work out because I felt like that guy didn't actually give me enough respect that I was supposed to get as a lady, right? Because most of the time when I was trying to talk to him in a nice way, he was just being cheeky for nothing most of the time. But I wanted to try and see if I can work out something, but it didn't work. So we never dated. We just like friends. You know how it is, when you have your own crush. So we're trying to have something, but it didn't work. Then that was it. I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm not going to have any relationship here. That was it. So, in terms of holidays, what I do personally is, if my holiday is long, let's say in October we have 2 weeks holiday. Then in April, that's when we have 1.5 month holiday. So 1 month April and then half of May will be on holiday. Last time I went to Malaysia, then in Bangkok to my friend's house. Then after that I came back. That's what I did. For if you want to travel, you can travel a lot. People are different. My other friends, they like traveling around Thailand, but for me, yeah, it's here and there. If I have money, I travel, but if I don't have money, I don't travel. Then in terms of food, Thai food is very spicy, like real spice. I'm not even joking, spicy. Then, but I actually don't eat Thai food because it's very spicy for me. Then the other issue you have to take note of is there is no food, there is no pub here in Thailand. Nothing like that. So if you are someone who also like pub like me, it means that your life is going to be hell. There is no pub, no suds, and nothing. Take note of that. And African food, there's one Nigerian shop in Bangkok, I think 1 or 2, but the one that I went to was one in Ramkamayeng in Bangkok. They sell mostly like Nigerian food, you know how it is. So they sell Nigerian food, not South African or Zimbabwean food. There's no South African shop here. Then in terms of hair, there are some shops that sell braids in Bangkok, but these braids, let's say if you're buying one packet of braids in Zimbabwe for like $1 or for like 15 rands in South Africa, here you can buy braids for $6 one packet. And plaiting hair is very expensive. This like maybe $8 or $90, but mostly is done in Bangkok. That's where it's very expensive, and that's where many Nigerians do hair. So that's basically it. And as time goes on, we started ordering hair online, but we don't. If you want to get plaited, you have to learn how to plait your hair. Even if it's ugly, as long as your hair is plaited, that's okay. As long as you are breathing and your hair is just touched, that's fine. You can just play around with your hair. No one cares. These people, they don't know much about hair. So as you can see, I did my hair, and that's pretty much it. I didn't pay anyone. I just bought my hair on AliExpress. I use AliExpress to purchase my hair. Then after that, I plait my hair. That's what I do in Thailand. Because there's no time for me to go and look for someone to plait my hair here. No. In terms of makeup, if you're dark like me, yeah, it's a little bit difficult to get makeup for black people in Thailand, but there is a more way you can get makeup for dark skinned people, but it's a little bit costly. But yeah, that's pretty much it. As you can see, I don't have makeup because you see these things, I had pimples because I bought this other makeup online, and I think it was a Hong Kong makeup, so I started having pimples. Because of that, I stopped applying makeup. Then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go natural for a while and see how it's gonna work. So all these pimples, it was because I bought that makeup online. So maybe in future, if I'm going to apply makeup, I'll use MAC products. That's what I'll use. Yeah, so that's basically it. And if for men, now it's different. Men can easily get women here. They can easily get Thai women. Thai women, they like blacks. I don't know why, but they like blacks. Most of these African guys, they have Thai ladies. And also take note, you cannot buy a car here. If you see a black guy with a car, that person, just know that there is someone like a type lady who is just behind this most of the time. I'm not saying everyone, but then most of the time that's the case. And when they do that, they can purchase. So Thai person can have full ownership of a car, or they can take them on credit. Then they start paying half like 8,000. This is like 300 or 200 per month till they finish paying for the car most of the time. So that's why some of the people here, they prefer to buy motorbikes. I personally don't really know how to ride a motorbike, but then I learned how to ride a bicycle here in Thailand at 30. That's when I started riding a bicycle in Thailand. Finally, there are many stray dogs in Thailand. So just be careful. If you're coming here, be careful about